Spooky.
This is Oscar award-winning actor Will Smith. When I'm not busy smacking the shit out of Chris Rock, I'm listening to the Bud Stuff podcast.
Is that appropriating? We're good, right? Men in Black, like Tommy Lee was white in a Men in Black, so I feel like
I think it's just a man in a suit.
Yeah, I think they were referring to the suit.
no, I know.
Yeah. We're like kind of the men in gray, and Jerry's well. If Jerry
And-
took the jacket off, he'd be
Jerry
the men in
is the man
oh
in
navy blue.
Little blue.
Welcome to Bud Stuff.
Welcome to the Butt Stuff Podcast, everybody. This is your premier Sunday morning podcast happening on a Sunday morning. Thank you to Will Smith for doing an intro for us. That was very generous. Given the actions of last week and all the news surrounding him, glad he made some time to shout out the Butt Stuff Podcast.
Yeah, he is a busy man.
Yo, can I just say I called it last week when I said he was going to win big at the Oscars?
Dude, he
Is there
had
a
a
bigger win?
He had a big night.
You did call it, yeah. King Richard.
Had
What
a
I
big
didn't
night.
call it. Chris Rock really stole the show,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
By like taking it right on the chin. It was just like, oh,
Taking it like a champ.
And then he didn't, like, if that was me that got smacked, I would probably, like, what a professional. He just carried on and was like, all right, well, now I'll do a joke about smoking pot on the couch and watching Netflix. That doesn't
Yeah.
end. Like, I would probably be out there and be like, is anyone going to arrest him? Like, how does he just get to go sit back down?
He kind of, yeah, that's like, he just stood there like in awe, like looking around. He was like, so just keep going? Like,
Yeah. That part is really funny where he definitely like looks off stage and someone like, so I just keep rolling. Like,
Even like when they announced, I think like, what was it? I think it was the best documentary
Yeah.
film. Questlove got the award. You can see Chris Rock like standing there, like kind of like, so what? Like, we're good.
Well, thanks, everyone.
he's like, man, can anyone just come up? People just gonna be coming up and slapping me?
But what's gonna help me?
it would have been hilarious if they made Chris Rock give the award. He gets to slap him back. don't
I
know.
mean, it's yeah. What a ridiculous thing! How he just no one did anything.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "All right, yeah, just go sit back down, and it's cool." Like, what other place in the world can you like stand up and like an award show and smack the shit out of somebody and then just go sit back down? And everyone's like, "Okay, let's just keep
It
going."
probably happened in every award show in the 50s.
Yeah, probably. That's a good point. Bing Crosby's just walking up, slapping people left and right.
I think
I mean, that's
actually,
that's when they were hot. That's why they had the views back then.
That's very true.
The slapping.
I do think that. Do you think Will Smith is going to get another big role? Do you think it's going to roll on like nothing happened, or do you think he's going to be a pariah for a little bit?
Okay, we actually had this question the other day. So, like, he retired from the
Academy, so
so
I don't think
what
he
does
can
that
win
mean?
anymore. Either that or he can't vote. I don't know.
Yeah, it's you have to be part of.
Does it like damn any movie he's a part of?
I can't remember.
Can like a
what the
director
exact-
win best director?
Yeah, absolutely.
If Will Smith is a movie and it's a really good movie,
Well, if it's the case that you can't do that, then why he's getting anything else?
Then
That's worthy.
he'd be blacklisted.
Black man, men listed.
I think you have to.
Men in blacklisted.
Men blacklisted.
I think you have to something a part of when you write a movie, like a script or something like that. I think it has to be like approved by the Screen Actors Guild or something like that to make sure that it wasn't like a stolen idea or something like that.
Isn't the Academy built up
Isn't
of a
everything
bunch?
stolen now?
Yes, it is.
Isn't the Academy just comprised? It's like governors of film. Like they just all like are elected and then they vote or something.
Well, I don't exactly how it works. I know what's it called? Team America did a good good lampooning of that whole process.
I forgot all about that. Wait, they're supposed to be coming out with a deepfake movie soon.
Oh, really?
I think so. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Also,
That's a great idea.
Buddy Josh brought up a good point. Like the voices for Stan and Mr. Mackey have changed. Are any of you keeping up with South Park?
I have not.
No, I haven't.
No.
I've just been lazy. Been watching Seinfeld and
You
little
what?
bit of Curb.
Big Seinfeld guy?
Yeah, it's like I don't really watch anything until I'm like about to go to sleep. And it's like I'll just put on
That's like
Seinfeld.
the lullaby, right?
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
need that little background noise.
I do like Simpsons lullabies.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you put on to go to bed?
Honestly, this is going to sound really nerdy, but what puts me right out is I watch these guys play Magic, and it's just low voices like, oh yep, tap 2, play that guy. Hope he doesn't
Magic ASMR.
Hope he doesn't have the frostbite. Oh, yep, there it is. All right, we're gonna have to counter that. You just put that on, man. You are out.
That does sound nice.
Yeah, but then also that's just infiltrating your dreams.
Yeah.
I
Is
know.
that happening?
It's just making me a better Magic player.
Yeah.
Tap 2, play.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I was like Rain Man when I sleep with my Magic osmosis.
Thanks for watching, Jerry. I appreciate my melodic voice lulling you to sleep every night.
See,
Hey.
Jerry's a fan. I don't know if you saw that episode. He professed his fandom of the Butt Stuff podcast, so he appreciates you watching, Jerry.
Hey, no problem.
We saw this at the Jerry and I went to the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
Oh, how-
on
How was
Friday.
that?
It was a good time. It was
It was
fun.
pretty good.
I think that what they did. I think we could easily do that. I don't think it was
Better?
It was
Way better.
it
Oh,
was,
better.
it was like pretty much everything they did was like game related.
Yeah, like they would call like
That's cool.
when they involved like the crowd into like a game show type deal. That's when it was like really good.
Yeah, and most of the things I think like kind of one of the first things they did was like they were taking pictures of people as they would come in. They'd be like, "Hey, want a photo for the for fucking whatever," and they'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And then so like the first 15 minutes was them just putting up photos of people and just and stories. Being, I don't know.
That's a funny idea.
Yeah, so they kind of just roasted a bunch of people and they brought some people up. They had like that cart of they had this cart of all these like different condiments and gross ass things, and like they played some game and like the last 2 contestants were just putting things in this blender and then the loser had to drink the cup.
Delicious.
That was pretty gross. Like had like clam juice,
Yeah, it was clam juice, olives, blue cheese, tequila,
maple syrup.
maple syrup. Yeah.
It was terrible.
Did you guys get good and drunk there? Or what?
No, like you walk in, you got your ticket, and they just kind of like you're over here, and you sit down, and that's about it.
I think that they really only had like one. The venue only has like one entrance and exit and like one concession stand. And like when we got there, the concession stand, the line was like all the
mobbed.
like going all the way down the stairs, and it's just not even worth it to like even wait in the line.
Man.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit so much. That's why I like I guess how the egg looks. I hate the egg as a music venue because they have like 2 carts for beer, and you can't fucking get a beer. And when you get a beer, you can't bring it into the venue. Like the first time I got a beer there, they're like, yeah, bring that in there. I'm like, so I'm just gonna pound this beer in the hallway so that I can go back and enjoy the fucking
You're
show.
like, this is a dollar IPA because it's the only thing you fucking sell.
What is so fancy in the goddamn egg? You haven't changed the seats since the goddamn 80s. Why am I not allowed to bring a beer in there?
Yeah.
That is Troy Saving City Music Bank Hall. The seats there are like so old and like made for tiny people.
Yeah, they're like made of wood, and you're like shoulder to shoulder with everyone. It looks nice, but
Yeah, they look nice.
Back in the day when the average height of a human being was 4'9".
Even the stage is like really tiny.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. There was this one guy where like he lost this thing and they were like, "All right, you can get off stage now." And like he just kind of stood there and like he looked so like kind of fucked up and he was just like kind of nodding, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't want you to think you're like still a part of this and like you can get off the stage now." And then he just kind of like backed up into the darkness but was still standing there like, and he didn't know how to get off the stage, and they're just kind of staring at him like, "All right, well, whatever. We're just gonna like." Then they just kept going, and then he just like slowly crawled, like got off the stage on the side. I was like,
Yeah,
"That's classic."
they didn't really have anybody like to direct the people. Like No, I feel like normally shows
No
have like those
security.
like stage crew, like a stage crew, and they'll be like, "Hey, all right, you're done now. I'll direct you back off stage." But like they were just like, "Hey, you're done." They're just like,
It reminded me. Did you guys recently see the video? I think it's what's the one with Drew Carey? Is that Price is Right?
Yeah.
Where this girl like she does whatever and she like goes off to the side and she doesn't know how to get off the stage and you just see her in the background and she just keeps trying to walk behind all the things and it's just like not it.
That's
And,
hilarious.
Like Drew is just kind of looking at her as like the next guy is going and kind of just like looking. Someone to help this lady. She's on camera.
Yeah. Yeah, they needed the security guard Steve of the Jerry Springer fame.
Oh,
Yeah,
Steve
someone,
Wilco? Fuck
yeah,
that
Steve
guy.
Wilkos. Have
Steve
someone
Wilkos.
throw him off stage.
I got an idea. We'll give you a show, but you just scream at people instead of just let them fight.
Yeah.
Wonder what that still have shows. I know
yeah, they
Jerry's
probably
like a
do.
judge now or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
now he's Judge Jerry.
"That's ridiculous. Like, why?"
Sit down.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
and they're like, "We can't just have you sit down. Let's change
Steve
it up." a
Harvey
little."
does a judge thing too.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh
Good
yeah,
for
I've seen
him.
that. It's like civil court type of thing.
Judge Joe Brown was retiring. And they were like, "Who can fill this seat?"
Steve Harvey.
Dude, Steve Harvey's doing it. He's like one of those motivational stories where he was just living in a car back in the day, and now like he's just like running. What is it? NBC, CBS.
One of those. I think CBS.
Dude, fucking bananas. Do you know how much he makes for doing the Family Feud shit?
Mm-mm.
It's like hundreds of millions of dollars, and all he does is just go, name something that will piss off your wife.
Show me potato salad.
Yeah.
And all he does is like what makes him funny is he just repeats what other people said. Being a woman, and some people will be like boobs, and then it'll be like just stand there and not say anything for 5 minutes, and then go, "You said boobs."
Show me boobs.
Yeah, he's like mastered that face of like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite YouTube videos ever is the Steve Harvey is sick of this, and it's just some guy like cuts Steve Harvey where it's just he just always has that look on his face of like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, and they never play the part where he says the joke, so he just looks like he doesn't want to host the show anymore, and he's just dejected, like
A great
sad.
video.
This lady just keeps going fart. And he's just sitting there like looking off, shaking his head in the background.
When he goes,
Yes, fuck motherfucker. I hosted Family Feud.
there was also a thing where I guess for like 7 years, Steve Harvey's tax guy, he would write him a check and then like pay the taxes, and then his tax guy wouldn't pay him. So
Ooh.
like he would then siphon the money that Steve Harvey was paying for taxes, and then fucking just use it for his own. So embezzle it basically.
Oh, geez.
So what happened is the guy who was embezzling died, and his assistant went through like everything and just found like all these people that they were hustling, and then he had to then pay
ooh,
like 180 million or something like that.
Jeez.
that's ridiculous.
Oh wow.
That's a lot of money.
It's like 10% every like of what he made for like 7 years or something like that.
He made a lot of money in the last 15, 20 years, I would say.
Yeah, he just
Something
he
like
does a lot
that.
of stuff. Like he was like that host of the beauty pageant, and
Mm.
he had that one
Oh,
incident.
that was really
Yeah, where
funny.
he
What did he
screwed
do?
up.
Hold on.
Well, yeah, he announced the wrong person or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he
winner.
he announced the wrong person and was like, "Wait, I fucked up. It's Miss New Zealand or whatever it is." Jesus,
How come that sounded perfect? All the other ones sound like a hodgepodge.
Yeah, he actually said all of these actual clips of him saying that.
No,
I committed a shit ton of tax fraud.
Oh, we heard you, Steve. We
I
got,
know. Jeez, calm down. He's so proud of his tax fraud.
he got away with it too.
Did they wait? They brought him back to host that shit again?
He's a great host.
They were like, somehow that guy announced the wrong name and still won them back.
Yeah.
We need him.
That
Dude, his
bust-
old
mustache.
stand-ups from like the early '90s are so good.
I haven't seen it.
Are they really?
honestly.
Yeah,
I've seen a few of them. I remember he's pretty good. I mean, he's a funny guy.
And Miss Universe is Miss Tex. Oh, wait, that's a state.
Steve can't. He's confusing his states and his countries.
he
He's
caused
all over the
another
place.
uproar.
Oh, there was that one clip where Gronk smashed that big Lego bust of Steve Harvey's face at a New Year's party or something. Like Steve Harvey's like hosting NBC's New Year's thing
So they have like a big Lego bust of him.
of Steve Harvey, yeah. And then Gronk's on screen, and he just takes it, does a little dance, and spikes it. Gronk spikes it, shatters the whole thing, and Steve Harvey's like, "What the hell is wrong?" like something is wrong with you.
He was like, I was gonna bring that home. He was pissed. He was like, oh, this is nice. That guy who threw Tom Brady's ball away, the last ball,
Mhm.
his last touchdown ball, like threw it into the crowd or whatever. And then they were like, they
Mike
had to go-
Evans.
Is that what it was? Mike Evans.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he just gave it away, his 500th touchdown or something like that.
Good for Mike Evans.
I think
Gronk is
they
bad.
did get it
Hold on.
back though.
Oh, it's muted.
Yeah, they gave him a whole bunch of like stuff. Season
Tickets.
tickets.
But yeah, sure.
No, it's not working.
Damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? All right.
Well, in the one we were talking about, yeah, he announces the wrong name,
Yeah.
and the wrong person comes up, and then he has
Miss
to
Universe
he has to walk it
Miss
back.
Tex. Oh, wait, that's a state. Gronk is a badass motherfucker. He busted my big ass Lego head. He's got a screw loop.
You got a screw loop?
Got a screw loose.
So, all right. We have to do a pancake breakfast soon, right? We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Pancake breakfast.
Yeah.
Happens every
It's
month.
the Catalina wine mixer. No,
Of course you'll be there, Ron.
What?
Uh,
Oh, well, I was like, Ron,
Anchorman.
Don't invite Ron. Ron's gonna be like, "Yo, son, you're looking fat." Every time I eat a pancake. You want more?
No, yeah, it's
Yeah, I'll take some more, Joe.
Anchorman when he's like, I've been doing this new fad. It's called jogging, or I mean, it might be yogging, maybe a soft J. Apparently, you just run for an extended period of time. It's the pancake breakfast, Ron. We do it every month.
We should do it every month. That could be
That would be good.
That would
I'd
be
in
fun,
for that.
yeah.
The pancake breakfast,
the pancake brunch,
the butt stuff pancake,
the teapot or whatever.
the
No, Whistling. I don't know.
teapot dome scandal.
I don't know if Whistling Kettle would be the best brunch that I've ever had. It was really good. It was a worthy brunch experience.
I did Tipsy Moose brunch. Was pretty solid.
Really.
I didn't know they did brunch.
I didn't know they did brunch.
It was-
Where did
it
you
was
do
a
that?
$15 bottle of champagne, and for an extra $5, you get like a flight of stuff to make mimosas with it.
Did you
And
do
then
it
every
in-
additional bottle is 15. What?
at Latham?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was really nice actually. I just literally just got a side of bacon and then just hammered some mimosas.
Is it a Saturday and a Sunday event, or just
I think it's Saturday and Sunday.
That sounds good.
I mean,
Tipsy Moose is dope.
yeah, Tipsy Moose is great. I'm a big fan of Iron Gate. I mean, I don't think
Iron Gate's got a good
Iron Gate
brunch.
brings it.
I like Cafe Madison's brunch.
I like places that bring you the bottle and you get to pop it.
Yeah, that's wow.
Wow.
And then because then you know, okay, $15 for bottle of champagne, that's a good deal. That's like buying it from the store. I'm sure they get like a $9 like Andre level shit, but like that's still pretty fair as far as I'm concerned. And then you have this flight of shit. You don't need to go back and forth. You're independent.
My favorite brunch was still when me and you went to the city and we had that New Year's.
Oh,
brunch.
that was fucking
That
next
was-
level.
Yeah, that was good. They had like
what do you guys have there?
it was they had this thing where you would, I think it was $50 or $60, and you would pick like anything on the menu, and then it was just endless mimosas, and they
Oh,
would just
that's
bring you
nice.
carafes of mimosas. And it wasn't endless. Eventually they cut us off, but it was like big German style seating. So we were making friends with the people next to us because they were also going to the fish shows. And
Mhm.
we were
Just getting
drinking their
hammered.
mimosas when they were done with their mimosas.
I got shitty drunk.
Oh, dude, yeah, and then like
At
right,
10 in the morning.
Ed tried to buy like a D'Angelo tape and what
Left my card.
Yeah, you left your card.
Oh.
Forget if it was your license or your card.
That sucked.
That was really funny. You were like trying to like haggle with the guy, and he was like, "Bro, are you drunk?" And he was like, "It's fucking New Year's. It's 11 in the morning."
Dude, I get so drunk and then just leave shit everywhere.
Yeah, Cuckoo's Nest brings it for brunch, I gotta say.
Oh, really? I've
They-
heard Cuckoo's Nest is very good.
I heard one flew over.
I have heard that.
Maybe even 2. No, yeah, I had the one time I went there, I had this sandwich called the Coupe de Ville, and it was a chive
Deville.
Incorrect. It was a chive waffle with fried chicken, hot honey, sausage gravy, and cheddar, and bacon and cheddar also like baked into the waffle.
That sounds really good.
It was the biggest monstrosity. Like, to call it a sandwich isn't even like accurate. It was like a foot tall and like a foot wide. Like, it was crazy.
Hell yeah.
It was one of the most delicious things I've ever had. Though.
That sounds crazy.
Who got DeFazios?
When?
The pizza box outside.
No,
Looked like the same kind of DeFazios.
it was
I'm a
not I.
DeFazio's guy.
I like DeFazio's a lot. I like they got that new location at Albany Distilling. I scooped a pie there. There's like a little personal guy. Didn't have to do the wait and all that shit. It was 10 minutes.
I got a sausage, pepper, and onion. That's the only thing with DeFazios is the wait. Usually, if you get like delivery,
Yeah.
it does take a long time.
It takes a long time, and you're like the queues just got to be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there. It was like me and some friends were doing a pizza tasting, and we ordered our stuff like an hour in advance, and we got there, and I still waited for like 20 minutes when I showed up. Like, we timed our order, gave them like plenty of time, and then. But the thing is it was a bunch of just like teenagers running the asylum there, so it was just like chaos. They
The
were
way
just,
that it
like-
should be in any pizza spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Very true.
It's like the perfect teen job
Yeah.
slash early 20s.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
So I had my my drug test yesterday, and what a debacle.
What happened at the drug test?
Well, so I like the morning leading up to it, I could kind of pick any time, and I did it at the Well Now, and so it was just like, we have walk-ins, and they were like, or you could schedule it, but they had like any time available for me to schedule.
Mhm.
I was like, all right, like gonna hang out. Like, I drank some coffee in the morning, drank a bunch of water, and then I went grocery shopping. I came back and I went to the bathroom, and then like drank a bunch more water, and then went to the Well Now. And so like I go to Well Now, I sit there, I wait for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, I feel like I have to go to the bathroom. And so like they call me in and they like put me in the system, and it's like, all this shit. She's like, gotta lock up all your things. I'm like, all right. So I lock up all my things, and then like she's staring at my sweatshirt, and I was like, do you want me to take the sweatshirt off? And she's like, no. And she just like kind of touches my hood, and she's like, you're good. And I'm like, all right. And so like we go into the room. It's just like literally just a toilet in a room, and she's like holding the door open, and she's got this dye in her hand, and she's like squirting the dye all in the toilet bowl, and she's like, all right, don't flush. And I'm like, okay. And like I go in there and like I pee, and it's like I only fill the cup up like a little less than halfway. And so like I come out and I'm like,
Oh no.
this is what I got. And she's like, oh honey, that ain't enough. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, it's not enough. And I'm like, well, I just went like, and she's like, we're gonna have to redo it. Like, you're gonna have to fill both these. And I'm like, and like, can I just go in a few minutes? And she's like, no, it's got to be done in one shot. And I was like, so can I like go to Stewart's? Because it was across the street. I was like, can I like go to Stewart's and get something to drink? And she was like, no, honey, the test started. Like you got 3 hours. And I'm like,
What the fuck?
God damn.
I'm like, okay, so like, can I get some water? And they were like, yeah, we can give you water every 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So like, let's do that. And so they bring me into this room, and they just bring me into a room where it's literally just a couch and like a filing cabinet and then a big TV. And it was just on HGTV. And so I watched HGTV and got a little mini pod bottle of water every 15 minutes until I could pee. And
Yeah.
then, like, when I finally did go pee, the lady comes out and she's like, "Oh yeah, I think he's got enough for everyone, honey." And I was like, "Okay, like, can we stop?"
Oh my god.
They were having fun with you.
Yeah.
They know what television makes people go to the bathroom the most.
I wish-
HGTV.
I always thought it'd be really funny to just give them a turd in a cup.
Oh.
Like, what would they do? Just be like, I don't know, it's really thick today. It's like,
They were like, they asked her, they were like, "Is it up to temperature?" She's like, "Oh yeah, honey, it's up to temperature." And I was like, "God damn it, ladies."
She took a little sip.
Yeah.
it's up to 10.
I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
I always go to LabCorp is pretty good about it. Like I haven't had much trouble there. I don't know, but each time I do it, they're just like they do treat you like a convict.
Yeah, I was
Like, can you just take my pee and get on with life? Like, stop making me feel like a third whatever class citizen, dude.
I was like
Yeah.
kind of confused at first. Like she was like, "Don't flush," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And like she kept squirting the dye in, and then I was like, it didn't dawn on me until like after. I was like, "Oh, I guess it's if I wanted to like fill the cup up with the like toilet water."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh," and I'm like, I'm so oblivious to this. I'm like, the only thing I'm nervous about is that I had some NyQuil the day before, and like that was at like 7 or 8, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I think I drank enough water to like get it out. Also, NyQuil just like gives me the shits in the morning. I just wake up and just shit out all the NyQuil.
Yeah, there you go. Got it all out.
Dude, I think it'd be mad fun if you had like if you knew you had a drug test coming up, just eat only asparagus for like the day before.
I like it.
Or
So
like-
it just smells like shit in there.
Or like if I had like just coffee and I just have like strong coffee all day long, just something
Oh, yeah.
pungent that like I'll give it to them and they'll be like, oh, you know?
I one time I took a drug test and I took I started these new multivitamins and they were like the men's health like the super men's vitamin and like is the kind that like you like take and then obviously there's way too many
You
vitamins
just
in
piss
there
it straight out.
you gotta just piss them all out but then your piss comes out like neon yellow.
Yeah, it looks
So-
like Gatorade.
So yeah, I went to a drug test and like my urine came out like neon yellow. I was like, I hope they don't think that this is just like fake.
It like looks like from the
yellow
Simpsons.
Gatorade. Yeah, exactly. I was like, they're totally gonna look at this and be like, no, you failed. Uranium urine.
Do you think anybody's ever like, you know,
Shit
took
in
a
the cup,
number, took a number 3 in there?
A number 3, like
You don't,
splooged in it.
you don't know what is.
oh, like a diarrhea.
No. What? The third,
Like semen.
Oh,
the third
for the
excrement-
urine sample, they're just fucking cranking one. Here's your sample.
I feel like some movie did that. Like, you know, this isn't what we wanted.
Yeah.
There's no magazines in there. What movie is that?
There's Road Trip has the scene where he's
Oh,
not
they
trying to
milk
take a
the
urine
prostate or whatever.
sample. Also, there's Dr. Steve Brule episode of Check It Out with Dr. Steve where he doesn't understand what they're trying to ask of him, and then he comes out with a cup of poop and then a cup of
Oh.
of semen in there, and he walks
He
out
did
with
both?
it. Yeah, he comes out with the first one. They're like, "Oh no, that's not right, sir. You got to go back in." And then he comes back out with the semen, and then they're just like, "Try again." And like that, it was mad funny when he comes out with the turd because they have to like blur it out on television, so it's just all blurry. But you could totally tell that it's just like a cup of brown. It's very funny.
It's so silly. He did both the things.
Yeah,
He was on the same level. I gotta watch that show.
I like that they
It's a
have
great
to
show.
bleep shit.
yeah.
You guys seen any good movies? Seen any good shows lately?
Well, after the Smith slap, like I got out of work kind of early than normal.
He let you out early because he slapped him
No,
back so hard.
It
Yeah,
was,
it's gonna be a
just-
national holiday.
It's like 9/11.
yeah.
Jerry, I know this is affecting you negatively. You can go home, take a mental health day.
Dude, where were you when, when Will Smith slapped
Where were
Chris Rock?
you?
Hilarious.
They slapped the shit out of Chris Rock.
We just finished up the day fairly earlier than normal, so I had time to. So I put on King Richard, and honestly, it was good. I just didn't think Will Smith deserved Best Actor, except for like one scene. There was like one scene where he's like talking to Venus Williams as a kid in the rain, and I was like, okay, this probably won him the Oscar. That scene was really good. But
So
yeah.
you watched King Richard?
Yeah, I saw it on
Interesting.
HBO Max.
Was it a good movie overall, though?
Yeah, overall it was good.
Other than his performance?
Yeah, like Will did a good job. He played Richard Williams, father of Venus and Serena. And
Dick Williams?
This dude Richard is a dick. He was the most stubborn fucking dude like ever. Like he just would not listen to
Maybe
anybody.
he was just in character when he slapped the shit out.
Yeah. it
Do
seemed
they
like-
have like a similar story to like Tiger Woods? Like, was he like a similar father to like as like Tiger Woods' father? Because I know like Tiger Woods' father was extremely hard on him.
I don't know. I don't know the story of Tiger's dad.
Yeah, Tiger's dad used to make him like when he was like 5, he'd just make him go out to the golf course and just like practice for like 8 hours at a time. Just be like crazy hard on him.
He seemed pretty cool with his kids. Like they seemed to like tennis. I don't know if he was like really pushing it, but yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. There's like definitely there's a balance there because I feel like my dad wanted me to like, be good at Little League, but I just was like,
Yeah.
I was just hanging out. Anytime that we like had a catch or something, when he started like throwing the ball harder, I would get hit in the nose. Because I would be like, don't be afraid of it. And I like not be afraid of it, but always bloody nose.
Don't want to get hit in the nose. Actually, my nephew Jackson was just asking to sign up for Little League.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
It was really funny. He kept asking about it, and Brian was like, "Do you know what Little League is?" He's like, "Yeah, it's baseball." We were like, "Right on."
That's cool.
That's awesome. What position? Does he know positions yet?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe he does.
Bat
He's
swinger.
probably like T-ball age, so
Yeah.
maybe T-ball, something like that.
Get him out in the backyard later.
Well, we get him up to speed. Wait until he's at basketball age. That's when shit's gonna get.
Oh, dude,
real.
he does love basketball. Every time we like walk past the park with him, he always wants to go play basketball.
Dude, I'll coach that kid into a championship. I'm gonna be his King Richard.
Tiger Woods.
You're gonna teach him how to throw those elbows.
Yeah, absolutely. The most important thing is to injure people with your elbows.
That'd be awesome if DJ, you're the coach of his team and you're like wearing a suit on the sidelines, like taking it super serious.
Oh yeah, Coach,
Come on!
Coach Carter's thing.
Yeah.
Coach K.
I had one of my high school refs. There was a ref that was like making bad calls, and we had a great coach that would yell at the refs like relentlessly. So like there was one game where the ref was making bad calls left and right, and then he called out of bounds like in favor of us, and our coach just started yelling, "Every call this game you made for the opposite team!" Like pointing in his face and just yelling, and he was like, "Dude, I called it for you. Thank you." And then just went back and like sat on the bench.
What a
That's
boss.
so
He was great. Yeah, he was great. He's a great coach.
I forget. There was like no. There was this kid at baseball, all right, and like he was like my rival, and I would always like try and like talk shit, but like I was the worst on the team. Like I was like, anytime I bump into somebody from Little League, they're always like, "Yeah, I remember you when you were playing catcher. The ball just kind of hit you in the chest, and you'd pick it up." Yeah, I don't know. I had bad vision and shit like that. But this guy was like a pitcher, so it was like anytime. I don't know. It was just terrible. I have like one good memory of baseball, and it was like I had this doinker and I got on base, and then like they fucked up and I got to second, and then like I feel like I've told the story, and then after the coach was just like, "No offense, that's like the worst player on the team, but he's out there giving it his all." And I never went back. And I was like, dude, what the? I don't want to bring a team down, you know?
Yeah.
And that was
What
like,
an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, some adults that are coaches just don't know what to say. Like they try to say things that might motivate, but they're just like dicks. Like I had a coach and I did crew, like shaker crew in 7th grade, 8th grade, and at the time I was chunky. I was a chunky boy. And,
A little chunk.
I was a little chunky boy. And during crew practice, we're rowing out there, and fucking, I think I hit my head on a tree branch. Like,
Jeez.
we're on like
That's-
the river,
that's-
and I like hit my head on a tree branch. So I'm like rubbing my head. I'm not really rowing, and the coach is just like, Jerry, come on. Fucking get down there like you're fucking in a pie eating contest. Like, like, you know, always commenting on my weight. He took me aside one day. He was like, what's your eating habits? Like, what do you eat? I'm like,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
just normal things. I just eat what my
You
parents
weren't
give
like
me.
that fat.
Dude was a dick. I stopped.
Yeah, that's
going.
meanwhile you have a concussion. He's
Yeah.
like, get down there like you're in a pie eating contest.
I'm like, I
You
just hit my
don't know where
fucking
you
head.
are. It's like, huh?
Dude, I'd go. They were the worst. I feel like anytime too, like when I did lacrosse in like 8th grade, and they were like, thank God there were 2 people who were like slower than me on the team. You know what I mean? So like what I would do is I'd just be like, all I got to do is beat these 2 people, and then I'm not like holding it up anytime we had to run laps. But like they really fucking, they'd be like, all right, run, and it'd just be like these 2 poor guys, and we'd have to sit there at the line and like embarrass them every single time. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like, nobody's moving till you finish.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just the worst.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was like bigger kids too. It's just like there's
Yeah.
a limit. There is definitely a limit that they like hit, and it's just like embarrassing at one point. It's just like you gotta, I don't know.
That was the best part about when I was like pole vaulting was that we just didn't actually have like a direct coach. It was just this kid
Yeah,
that
that's
was
awesome.
It was just this kid that was 2 years younger than us that was really good at pole vaulting. And that
was he yelling to? Just the 8th grader, just come on!
No, dude, we were just like a terrible.
Yeah, you guys are just like, yo, you should smoke some weed.
Yeah, he
He'd
was
be
like
way good at it. Whole
he was like this really smart, like athletic kid. He had a bright future. We were a bunch of degenerates. We got some thunderstorms happening.
We all had looks like we were just like hiding somewhere and somebody's breaking in or something. Like we're in panic room and there's just somebody out there rummaging through the house.
Yeah,
like just ignore it.
yeah,
Go away.
Or the hobbits, and those Lone Rider guys.
yeah. Nazguls.
The Nazguls,
That's their word. No, I
the
don't-
ring wraiths.
Yeah, Ed, I had your in my church softball career, I could not field a ground ball for the life of me, like at all. So I would play second base, and my plan just eventually became to just not try and field the ball with the glove, just block it with my body like a hockey goalie, and just hope it just like bounces
Rolled
off
into
my
your hand.
chest, and then like just take a line drive, have it bounce off your chest directly into the ground, so I could pick it up and overthrow it over the first baseman's head, and then they make it to second anyway.
See, yeah, I feel bad because I had all the necessary equipment to practice. I was just terrible. Like my dad made like a PVC pipe strike zone for me to like, because he just wanted me to find a position I liked playing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like all like he tried so hard, and I'd be out there just trying to hit the strike zone, just could never hit it from like the necessary distance, you know.
Mhm.
And then I had like a pitchback too. I fucking just sucked, dude. All sports I played, I was just like pulling the team down.
What about lacrosse? I thought you liked lacrosse.
I did, but I didn't get to play, so I quit that too. That would be like the like third or fourth string, you know. They were like, "Hey, listen, we're not gonna do cuts, so if you want to come,
You want to hang out?
if you
with
want to
the
hang
team.
out,
I
I want to
had,
keep score."
I had a year of basketball like that where they put me on the fifth quarter team,
Wow.
That's what I was.
which the fifth quarter team was where they'll be like, hey, we'll just play an extra quarter with the kids who suck and then just put them all out there and it won't count after the actual game.
That hurts so
that's
much
terrible.
more.
That's more degrading than just sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially because I was actually really good. So I was just passing through kids' legs, like knocking kids over.
crossing them up.
Was DJ good or was he just fifth quarter good?
yeah. That's exactly what it was. I was fifth quarter good. God, that's what a great term. That's the new thing for someone who's not good enough to make the actual team.
All the
he's
kids out there with like scoliosis and polio, DJ's dunking on them.
Are you good at your job? Yeah, fifth quarter good.
Fifth quarter good. Yeah, it reminds me of when the last year of gym class, we got to sign up, like we got to choose what sports we wanted to do, and I don't remember if either of you were in my my gym class, but we chose net sports, and like most of the people that were athletic chose like sports, and like net sports was mostly the people that walked the mile. So like they just had like I don't know, it was like me, John, Evan, I think Greg was there. There was a bunch of us, and like, oh my god, dude. John tripping up people in hockey, making girls cry, jumping off Greg's back to lay down volleyball spikes. Like these people were not ready. The coach had to split us and be like, all right, we're having 2 net sports teams. You guys go play hockey, and then they will play tennis.
Yeah. There was always like, I don't know, the gym class heroes too. There was always those kids who like just balled out like way too hard, you know?
Oh, I really liked getting into it in gym class.
Yeah. Like I distinctly remember this one time we were playing dodgeball and I was trying to nail one of my boys on the opposite team, but he ducked and it just hits the slow girl.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah,
It had to be a slow girl. It's gonna be a slow guy.
I was there for that.
What a travesty.
dodgeball was always like the best, or like kickball.
We should get a dodgeball league going. That'd be sick.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. I've-
Dodgeball's always fun.
Did we go over this on the podcast though? I feel like we did, where our idea where we were going to come with a business called PE, where it was just like a gym where you played like old gym class games, but it's for adults where you can like sign up like
And drink.
Yeah, they got
and
like a
yeah,
bar.
drink and like you just play like kickball and dodgeball and like all those great games you play in high school.
It's a really good.
Man, good
Yeah,
idea.
it's just a good idea.
Just for the boys though.
Yeah, boys only.
Big sign out front. No girls allowed.
See, at my high school, we had this one game called Pillow Polo, which was the great equalizer because it was basically floor hockey, only you played it with one of the small foam dodgeballs, and it was like a giant Q-tip. So you'd whack it, and you could bat those things, hit them like 100 miles an hour, just like, crush them like you're hitting a baseball. But since it was like a little bit easier than floor hockey, like floor hockey, you have to have the finesse of actually being able to like lift a puck off the ground, which is actually kind of hard to do. Pillow polo, like everyone could be good at. So
Pillow polo
like
sounds like a
Yeah.
porno.
It doesn't sound great.
it does. It
Get
does.
the guys together. Let's play some pillow
Play
polo.
some pillow polo. But yeah, so that game was like a game where even the people who didn't like enjoy participating in gym class were even good at it and loved it. So like it was the great equalizer. Everybody loved it in the school and was just like, yo, we would get these crazy tournaments going. It would get heated. Like everybody loved it. It was a great
That
game.
sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about like kickball or like Kavada ball for like our.
Oh, Kavada Ball is such a great game.
Yeah.
For those of you who are listening and don't like know what Kavada Ball is, it was like a local it was handball mixed with like
Basketball.
yeah, it was handball, but you could shoot 3-pointers. And some thunderstorms
Wait.
coming through again.
What, and I believe in Kavada ball, you could dribble the ball 3 times, then you had to release it.
Yeah,
right?
you could dribble it 3 times, and then you had to just basically stay put. And then it was like handball, where you could throw the ball in for like a single point, or you could shoot a 3-pointer for 3, I think.
so. Yeah.
But I mean, what a great like game.
Yeah, it was a
I
lot of
like
fun.
any game that had that little tiny kickball thing that you could just launch at people.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
Perfect.
Gator skin ball.
yeah. The gator skin ball. Yeah,
No, I'm not talking. The gator skin has the foam on the inside. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the airy one that like bounces like a kickball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the like those rubber balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Rubber
were
ball
like. Were you guys? I might have been right at the right age range. I don't know if you guys were where you switched from having dodgeball with those rubber balls to the gator skin ones, because like when I
gator-
was real young, they didn't have the gator skin balls. Those came around when I was in like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
So like those things, when you play dodgeball, it would be like you could still do some damage, but it wouldn't hurt that much. Like if you slap someone in the face with one of those like those
crying.
rubber balls,
Yeah, they fucking hurt.
that would hurt. You could
Big-
do some damage with
Big
those
raspberry
things.
on your face.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's like Will Smith coming up and just slapping you across the face with a giant kickball.
Keep my balls out your motherfucking mouth. No, but I did. Dude, so there's something just so satisfying about the point after you would peg somebody
Yeah.
with a kickball.
Yeah, or like when you're playing kickball and you really slam one, and
When you're
then you
pegging
just
somebody.
hear the
Dude, you know, another variation was the steal the pin and go like having
Oh.
to like break people out of jail.
We called
Yeah.
that. So would you play steal the pin with dodgeball? We called that double derby. Did you guys ever play double derby?
You guys can't call it steal the pin because it's
Double
a
derby
sin.
sounds like a porno.
And, yes, exactly. Yes to both of those.
That thou shalt not steal the pin.
No, we played steal the pin, but there was another variation where there was dodgeball with it, where you would you could either steal the pin or you could knock it over by throwing a dodgeball at it. That was a great game.
We did have that as well. I think no, ours was if you knocked over the pin, it would release everybody from jail.
Oh, okay. See, we would play where it was like basically you could run across and like tag people out of jail, or you could knock over the pin with a ball, which is 1 point, or if you stole the pin, I think that was like 3 to 5 points or something like that. So it's like you could either knock it over, or if you want to get real balls, you run across. Like you get those fast kids on your team that could just sneak over
Yep.
and like grab that pin, be sneaking around. Be like, no one's gonna catch that.
You
kid.
get
He's
those
like the
people
wind."
like that literally just watched The Matrix and are trying those moves.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody tried that.
Oh my
shit.
god, bro, he's Spider-Man.
And then that crazy athletic kid just pounds him in the face still.
Dude, there was this guy named Big Don, and if Big Don hit you with that little tiny like compact kickball, you were out, bro. You were out. It was over. I feel like I said this
It's
before.
funny looking back at Big Don. Like
He's
back
small
then,
now.
back then he was a big dude. Like we're just little kids, and he's Big Don.
He had an adult male's body.
Yeah. He certainly did.
But he just stayed that height for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
you know?
he hit his peak at
It
like
was-
12.
It was amazing how that worked. I remember like kids in 7th grade, like one kid in particular, just like had a straight up full beard.
I had one friend, my good friend Dave Susky, who was he was 6'5" or 6'6", and he was like a basketball star. And
He's
he
10.
so he graduated high school and he was co-MVP of the league. And then he took a few years off and then went back to Hudson Valley and played Valley basketball at like the age of like 25. So he was like, it was so unfair. I'd just be lining up against these like 18, 19-year-olds at the tip-off, be like, hi, how's it going, bud? And then just go dunk on him and be like blocking the shit out of him and be like, I'm just this fully developed adult 6'6" man against these 18-year-old kids. It was so unfair.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, bud?
Hey, but yeah, he's always like really happy and like high energy.
When do you think?
It's great.
Okay. What was peak physical condition for everybody around the table?
For me, I'd say
Boot camp
yeah, like right out of boot camp, I was fucking pretty good.
right now, probably for me.
Nice.
No,
Good for you, man.
No,
nice.
no, no.
Say nice.
I did. I took a big dump the other day and weighed myself. I'm like 166 again. That's pretty cool.
Damn,
Post dump.
it's good.
Post dump.
Post dump.
66. That's like where I want to be. I've dropped 20 after I worked at the post office.
You dropped 20?
Yeah,
How
dropped-
long were you working there?
I was there for what's the month now? We're in April
Yeah.
or May.
Yeah, April.
So I started working at Saratoga Eagle like 3 weeks ago. I started post office January. So it was like 2.5 months, 3 months.
2.5 months, you lost like 20 pounds.
pounds. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then you're like, now you quit.
Billy, thanks.
That is
You see,
cool,
I'm the definition of a yo-yoer,
though. You're
as
Sam.
Larry David would say. Are you yoing up or are you yoing down right now? I'm about to peak a yo up, I'm about to yo down. Yeah, like I go back and forth between like, gaining weight, and then like a year and a half ago I lost like 50 pounds and like was running like 6 miles a day.
DJ's preparing to be a method actor.
I pretty much am Christian Bale and whatever. Yeah, I could do that, but yeah, probably that or like senior year when I was playing basketball. Like,
Senior year was my peak. I was like 142.
Yeah, I think like 2017, I was working out a lot and I got up to the grand old weight of 132. That's the most I've ever weighed.
There you
Damn,
go.
girl.
What a beefcake.
I know. I know.
That's like what I was in like fucking like 5th grade. They're like, you should really move him to skim milk, please. He's getting fat.
Have you tried sugar free?
He has diabetes.
Although I will say, like, it's tough to say. Last just a few months ago, when I got the bike, I was biking a lot. I was biking a few miles,
Yeah, there you go.
and so I mean, like, you know, I wasn't working out as much. but
Cardiovascular was
It
on
was
point.
still it was still healthy, yeah. And
Yeah.
then I yode down. I'm about to yo back up. Weather's getting nice. I'm taking the bike out.
I would say that I probably sneakily, when I was in like 10th or 11th grade, right before I had like my driver's license, I used to just ride my bike like all over town. I'd be like bored and just be like, I'm going to ride my bike to Crossgate or Colony Center Mall, which is like, 4 or 5 miles away, and be like, and I didn't think I realized I was in, such good of shape.
Somehow
It actually was.
I was doing that from like 14 to 17 and just packing on pounds at the same because I'd been biking around getting stoned places and then
Mhm.
I'd bike to like Taco Bell and just eat entirely too much or some shit.
Yeah.
It was just biking like I was just such a fat kid. I was like, I need to go these places to eat. How am I gonna get there?
I think we've told this story before, but like this one time, DJ and I were like 14 and 12, and we rode our bikes to Outback, and oh my god, dude, we ate like $15. We had like 8 loaves of bread, a bloomin' onion, and like 9 Sprites each, and then riding the bikes back was like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, that was our plan. Is we did that a few times, and yeah, it would be like we have just a Sprite, and then I think 1 or 2 times we realized that we could just get Sprites and then just get loaves of bread. But we'll take another loaf of bread, please.
We would tip.
How much was the bill on the Sprites and breads?
It was like $12,
Yeah,
and we'd tip.
even less than that. Like, I don't know. Yeah,
It was literally like we literally got like a bloomin' onion. It was like $6.99 or $7.99, and then 2 Sprites.
yeah.
So whatever that would be,
And bread.
and then a
And then the
lot
bread
of
is
free
free,
bread.
so you just get a Sprite. Be like, hey, keep the bread coming.
Yo, I feel like I want to go. DJ said that he's been. Have you been to Toro?
Yeah, I went Toro with
You went to John Totoro's house?
yeah.
No, wait. What's the other place? Mozu.
Mosu.
Mosu,
Yeah, I haven't
dude,
been
I
to
want to go to
Toro.
Mosu. I've heard it's good.
Yo, butt stuff. Outreach to Mosu. soon.
We
gotta
we,
do
we
that.
really got to prioritize the pancakes, though.
All right.
Probably, yeah. And does Mosu just do a pancake breakfast?
If I'm cooking my own pancakes, they'd be super tiny.
Be like, yeah, can we get the Korean barbecue grill and then like a plate to put on top of it, and then you just bring out a gallon of pancake batter.
They have the stuff to make pancakes there.
They have to.
Teaspoon by teaspoon, just making pancakes.
No, if that would happen, we would have to have a unbiased third party. Doing.
Well,
the
obviously,
pancakes.
I'm not making the pancakes. It'd be like microscopic.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, guys, let's go.
Oh no, I lost. Oh,
Oh no.
my little pancakes.
Here's pancake cereal.
But yeah, Mosu's that guys.
What is
It's
it total?
legit.
It's like $70 or something per purse.
It's $50 all you can eat per person, and then like you pay extra for drinks. But then they just put a tablet on your table. You have the grill right in the middle, and then they're just like, you just order whatever you want through the night. So you just sit there with the tablet, be like, all right, Korean short ribs, flank steak. I'll take some teriyaki chicken. Just
Flamin'
like
John's?
go down they have filet mignon. You just go down the list, be like, all right, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take like, yeah, and then you just rack up. Like the one time I went, I ate so much, and then the thing stopped
Yo-yo.
working too. So me and
How does the taking of the food home go?
You don't take food.
you don't take food home.
Damn.
You if you order too much, they'll charge you for it too. So you
You-
got to make sure you eat just enough where you don't have leftover.
You
like,
need to bring
crazy
hours?
amount
You need to
left
bring your own takeout container.
over. Yeah, pretty much.
Just put a bunch of raw meat.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Put it in your pockets.
my buddy
Get a
Joe
soft cooler.
would go to like Indian buffets, which is like 2 like 1-gallon bags, like either side of his jacket, and just, and they were looking just load them up,
Wearing a big trench coat.
yeah, exactly. And just load up a trench coat and leave. And he came here once, and I just had like pounds of freaking, it was like korma and Indian food. It was so good.
That's,
But they were
that's
they
a
were-
wise man.
They were gonna throw it out anyway because it was turning over to like dinner. So like
Mhm.
literally after he did that, they just threw out all the shit in front of him. So it's like,
I got to make a statement here, just because I have talked about it being really good in the past. The Hannaford sushi, particularly the one in the Wolf Road one,
just fell off.
it has dramatically fell off. They have a new person
no.
making the sushi. I don't know what happened to old Mr. Sushi, but he's not there anymore.
Some chick named Karen's just back there, just rolling shit up
Yeah,
like blunts.
it's really kind of dropped off. It's been a lot more dry.
Oh no.
Hasn't had, and they've been doing it with brown rice instead of the white rice, and I just want the white rice.
Yeah.
Dude,
I do it.
It's so bad, but like when it's hitting, grocery store sushi is, you know,
And it's so cheap.
it's so cheap. What is it, like $6? What do you get? Which one?
It's $6.99.
What
I've,
flavor
I've,
you get?
I've literally watched the price of everything go up in the past 2 months,
Dude.
except my sushi.
Sriracha bottle. The cost for a sriracha bottle went up $1, and the size got smaller. Shrinkflation, baby. We out here.
Yo, Augusta's cheeseburger is $3.
I thought it was $2.90.
$3.
I think it's $2.95.
Damn it,
But they increased it by 50 cents.
Damn.
bastards. It's
Gus's
okay.
was the place that you're supposed to be able to order 4.5 pounds of food for less than $3.
You know what I want to do? This is fucked up. This is super fucked up. I want to open up a that gas station that's like shitty, like right down the road from Gus's that they've like not put anything in a while.
Yeah.
Just open up a burger joint. Just do fries too. Just put them out. Just put Gus out of business after 80 years or 90, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That guy would the
Old
guy on
Steve.
the
Steve would burn that building down.
yeah he would
Dude,
on the Pioneer Bank commercials.
Man, we went to Deacon Blues after the Pioneer Bank commercials.
Deacon Blues and Waterville Eat.
Yeah, we went to Deacon Blues after. Man, that place never, shies away from making you feel like a stranger. The place always is just like, could you be any more like uncomfortable to the people here? I don't know.
Yeah.
They really cater to their own, and that's pretty much it.
I think the last time I went there, somebody got like food poisoning too.
Oh, I've had really good food there. We went
Oh,
there
I had
to
good
like
food too.
we went there to like order food, and then it just became evident that like we were not getting food.
Yeah. Like, it was just like, hey, what do you guys want? And everyone's looking at us like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there with my dad. Like every time I go there with my dad, it's always a banging time because he's he just fits right in there, and they they're like, oh yeah, we'll treat them nice. But you
they
go
don't
there.
want to be like a young hot spot.
Yeah. They're like, we like the vibe we got with the old people.
Exactly.
But I do
We'll
like
serve
their-
the old people, and
do
then
like
we'll
their
just
pizza.
shut down.
That's what I like about Bob's Diner. They treat everybody the same.
Like shit.
No.
Yeah.
There's something that I like, dude. A Reuben from Bob's Diner, fuck me up. Let's go.
Brian really likes Bob's Diner because he was like, oh dude, it's sick, man. I can get like a fucking bacon cheeseburger at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
It's
Bob's
like
Diner
$15
is great.
though.
Yeah, but it's perfect for him because there's
Yeah.
nothing else open.
It's-
Yeah, that was one of my go-tos when you're leaving work, you're leaving Domino's. It's like 4 a.m. You're like, I gotta get some food, man.
And of all the places, like we were talking about this the other day, like since COVID, everyone's been closing earlier, and like Bob's Diner still open 24 hours, fucking you up.
in the heat of COVID,
Yep.
saving you. You need a place to wait, like wait the booze out.
Yeah, these stores are getting ridiculous. Like, why are we closing at like 9? Like,
Yeah.
for what?
If you need a
COVID?
you need a place to go when you're on ketamine and blow. Bob's.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Shout
we,
out to Bob's.
We need places that we can go at all hours of the night.
Yeah, like Cumberland Farms on Central's closed.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I
Like,
thought Cumbies was 24/7 everywhere.
that's what I thought. And I'm driving by. It's just pitch black. Lights out. We're closed,
Bastards.
baby.
And you're like, what if I need a slushie right now?
There used to be a 24
Yeah.
hour Stewart's.
Oh, that Stewart's is no
It's
longer.
no longer 24 hours. That was
Fuck
my
outta here.
fucking
That
last
guy-
bastion.
That guy quit.
That piece of
That
shit.
piece of shit guy quit.
The dude.
I'll fuck up a Bob's Diner cheeseburger.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve loves. You go into Bob's Diner, all the guys pictures of Steve Harvey up.
Do we need we wrapping up here?
Yes,
Okay.
we are coming up closing to the end of the show.
Okay. Thank you everybody for listening to the Butt Stuff Podcast. Go with some Alice's Restaurant by the Arlo Guthrie. Everybody, thank you for listening. This has been a broadcast of the Butt Stuff Podcast. Check out our Instagram page. Our link tree is there. You can find everything that we have there. And then we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Bye. Cut. Wrap it.
I'll be on the 3-story trailer.
You can